Hey, welcome back to Elevating Us podcast, where we discuss how to enhance and excel your personal journey. If y'all did not know, we have been just a little bit MIA on some of our episodes, but nonetheless, we are back in action and we're going to talk all about it because what is life without ups and downs? So let's get into it. This week, we are just doing a recap of all the things that's going on with Elevating Us podcast, with Elevated Life Coaching, and with yours truly, Kay the Coach. Now, let me just start off by saying thank y'all so much for all of the patience, all of the grace and time. But we are back and we are going to get into what is going on in our personal development journey, whether that be mine, whether that be yours. Let's talk about all the things so that we can relate, we can connect, and we can evolve personally and together. Literally since a little bit before New Year's, it has been a whirlwind of things that has been going on. Such a busy time of just preparing for springtime, preparing for this year, just all the things. Now, I will say that while sometimes we can be ready for our upcoming season, I feel like that you are never fully ready for what you are walking into. But it takes a certain type of courage to step into that anyway, knowing that you are not fully prepared, but willing and having the courage and the determination to just tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to do this anyway, because you're never fully prepared for what life has to offer. You're never fully prepared for what your next venture is or what your next level is. But it takes a certain level of courage to step into it anyway. Now, when January first hit, it was a lot going on. Like, it was great things, and then some things it was a little bit more challenging, which I won't go into full details of it, but life is all about its great moments and its challenging moments. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. Sometimes, you might have a slowdown season. And I will say that personally, Kay the Coach has been going, okay? Whether that be my personal life or just business, I have truly been navigating through a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different challenges, and just life itself, trying to, find the rhythm and balance it all, especially with new ventures on the horizon, okay? Now, I will say that I found myself being in a space of being overwhelmed and trying to juggle it all, but then ended up dropping the ball on some things. And I had to admit to myself, which is part of the process of evolving, is doing that self-reflection and those assessments of yourself and where you are in life, and realizing when too much is too much on your plate, and when you have to prioritize what task comes first and then what you can put on the side of your plate to wait till it's a better time, okay? Now, with some things in life, you're going to have to roll with the punches, but with other things, tasks, ventures, whatever the case may have, you can decipher when it's time to put that to the side and handle what you have on your plate now, and then figure out a time of when it's best to pick that thing up. I had to do that assessment of what can I set aside right now? Now, while it was not my intent to set aside the weekly podcast, it ended up happening along with a few other things. But let me also say that at the end of January, we did our 2025 Vision to Motion Vision Board Party, which was very exciting. It was everything that we could have planned for and more. We had people that was in person. We had people that were virtual. We decided that we weren't going to post a recap of that session just because it was very personable for some people. So we just wanted to keep that experience to those who were there. Now, y'all just have to make sure that y'all are at the next one, because it's going to be bigger and better every time. But I just wanted to highlight that Vision Board Party, a virtual experience, because we had an amazing time. But I will post a little picture of my vision board just so that you guys can get an idea. But one thing I did encourage for our community of evolvers was to pick a word of the year. Now, last year my word was foundation because I wanted to set the foundation for everything that I had going on and for this upcoming year. And now that I have the foundation for those things, this year, my word for the year of 2025 is thrive, because we have to set the foundation first, and then we can thrive and put the action behind what it is that we have laid that foundation for. But y'all, February, we hit the ground running, okay? We hit the ground running with a few things. We have a lot in store for this upcoming year, but one thing that we are adding onto our collection of Elevated Life Coaching is having live podcasts. So we encourage you all to, in the comments, post different little topics or different questions that you would like to see us discuss on Elevating Us podcast, whether you are commenting from YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you put in the comments, what topics do you guys want to hear? What questions can we answer specifically for you? We're also planning to have a few other events this year, so make sure that y'all stay alert for that. But we have officially dropped our newsletter, so y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our email at elevatedlife@elcoaching.net so that y'all can be the first ones to know about all the events and things that we have coming up and be a part of these upcoming events, because we are so excited just to come together as a community and evolve, enhance, and excel our journeys individually and together. Okay, now moving forward, let's talk more about this overwhelming, because what is life? What is our journey without failure? Y'all, a few years ago I had to come to a specific level of acceptance, I might say. I had to come to this level of acceptance with failure, understanding that, one, just because I fail in certain areas, that does not mean that I am a failure. Two, no one, including myself, should ever be ashamed or embarrassed to fail at something, okay? We have to understand that when it comes to failing in life, failing is just a part of succeeding. You cannot succeed without failing. You cannot evolve. You cannot become a better version of yourself. You cannot get to your next level in life or obtain and accomplish the things that you want to obtain without failing on some type of level. Okay, so for me, a few years ago, I had to come to a level of appreciating when I am failing and being able to not be my worst critic when I do fail at something. Most often, a lot of people tend to, one, be your worst critic anyway, but two, we tend to get in this headspace of being our worst enemy and having all these negative thoughts and connotations about ourselves just because we failed at something or we're trying something new and we fail. And that's not the case at all. Like, we have to change the perspective of failure. Now, I'll say that me personally, especially, it's only been 3 months of 2025, and honey, I done fell on my butt a few times, but I have come to an appreciation of understanding and appreciating that it's okay for me to fail, because I'm going to get back up again. Instead of being in the slums about my failure, now I am in appreciation of, all right, I failed. Let me figure out a plan B of how I can do better next time. If it's something that you really want to accomplish, and especially if it's something new, you have to understand that the first few times you might fail, but what makes you better, what makes you a successor, is getting back up again and trying a different strategy so that you can obtain that thing at hand that you're trying to obtain. Okay, realize that you will fail, realize that it's okay, but really it is a mental thing to change your mindset of how you view failure. And for me, that is one of the hardest things that I've had to overcome. It took a few decades, I might say. But it has been one of the most challenging things in my life that I've had to overcome. And that's not to say that, I am always this positive Polly about failure, because sometimes I still have those thoughts, but now I'm more quickly to change those negative thoughts and turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts of reaffirming myself, failure is a good thing, and to pick myself back up and try it again and try a different strategy and not get stuck in that negative space. Okay, now I said all that just to remind you all that we are all human. It is okay to fail. It is okay to have your busy seasons. It's okay to have your slow seasons. Me personally, baby, these 3 months has been rocking my world, and that is okay, because with that, it is a reminder for me that I'm still moving. It's a reminder that I'm constantly on my journey, whether I have my busy seasons or my slow seasons, my challenging season or my smooth seasons. I'm still thriving. I'm still moving. I'm still making progress to the goals that I have set in place and the things that I have in mind. Now, I will also say that with me being overwhelmed, I scheduled a week of vacation. Baby, your coach loves to travel, okay? Coach K loves to travel. I love to live life. I love to experience different cultures and all the things. And that I did. Usually it'll be for, a weekend or like 4 days, but this one was a full week, and I have not had a full week off of work and everything in quite some time. So let me just say that the first few days it was very challenging to adjust to getting up and not having to immediately do this, that, and the third. It was slower mornings. It was, I'm not constantly watching out for the time. It was, oh, I can relax and, well, what do I do with my time? Like, what do I do with myself? Because I had so much time to just woosah and decompress and just sit and be, and had that time to take a step back and enjoy the smaller things, enjoy the simple things of just having a slow morning, or being able to take a nap in the middle of the day and, rest, regroup, relax. It was a little challenging at first, but nonetheless, it was such an amazing experience, and it was definitely well needed. But we just wanted to get on here, not necessarily to talk about a specific topic, but just remind you all that we are all human. We all are going to go through different seasons, which is completely okay. But we also wanted to get on here and remind you all that with success comes failure. There are some seasons where you will be overwhelmed. There are some seasons where it will be smooth sailings, but also to take the time while you are going through your personal development journey, and while you are working on all the things and aspirations that you have set for yourself, to truly take the time to take a step back and do a deep relaxation. Okay, we want to prioritize self-care on a daily basis. We want to prioritize, having those times to relax and rest, whether that be on a weekend or throughout the week. But we also want to remember to incorporate those big breaks in life, to where if you are able to, with planning and scheduling, you are able, and it is a necessity for each and every one of us to take a vacation. And that does not necessarily mean that you have to go somewhere extravagant or even go somewhere, but taking a few days for yourself, taking a few days with you and your family to just rest and regroup. It is a vital part of your personal development journey. It's a vital part of you becoming the best version of yourself that you can, and you teaching the next person and being an influence to the next person, for them to know that, hey, you have all these goals and aspirations, so do I, but it's also essential for you to take the time to rest your mind, body, and soul, so that you can continue to go on, so that you can have the space and the capacity to truly thrive into the person that you are trying to be and the person that you are called to be. Okay. Now, with all that being said, we want to again thank you guys so much for just being a part of our community. We have a lot of great things coming up this year, so y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned. Follow us on all social media platforms at Elevated Life Coaching. Make sure y'all subscribe to our email at elevatedlife@elcoaching.net. We're so excited to connect with you guys. Make sure that y'all leave comments and all the things. We will see y'all next week. And in the meantime, evolve, enhance, and excel. Bye.